Hello. In this video, I would like to talk to you about smart objects. Unreal Engine has them on its own, and we have our own version for Unity in Vice Feline Ultimate. Also, the package for Unity is 70% off with the upgrade 50% off. But what are smart objects? Smart objects are really useful for sandbox and systemic games and games that you want the users to mod them. Famously, The Sims use them. It's available in their white papers and everything else that there is online for them. A smart object basically is an object which defines how other agents interact with it. So, for example, a car defines how agents or characters can ride the car to a destination, how they can use it, or for example, a plate of food defines how an agent eats it, and a refrigerator defines how an agent can eat using it. Basically, it's a chain sort of interaction. When you are looking for objects to eat, the refrigerator advertises itself as something which can satisfy that need. But when you basically choose the refrigerator, then the refrigerator tells you, okay, bring the food which is inside me out. And then the food advertises itself as something better to eat, and then the agent switches to that and eats the food. But the food doesn't have that chain interaction, it's just eaten directly. So a smart object has the definition of a behavior which it does on the agent which uses it. It also advertises what it can do for an agent. I can move you, you can eat me, you can use me to reduce your fatigue, whatever. And also, smart objects are basically queryable. So an agent says, I want to know, is there any object in my 100-meter radius which can basically move me to my destination? Or is there anything eatable, like in my 10 meters, or I have to go somewhere else to find something to eat, basically? What else smart objects have? Smart objects usually have slots. So, for example, a refrigerator can be used by one user at a time, but a car can be used by multiple users. Slots can be claimed and used and freed. So, a slot is at the usually at a free state. Then an agent can claim a slot, and if that's successful and no other agent has claimed it, it can start using it, and then when the agent is done with the object, it can free the slot so others can use it. Agents basically can have much less code and put most of their behavior in smart objects, and it means that users can easily mod your game with new objects with new behaviors without modifying the complex character code, and designers can do the same. Let's go through a few examples. Let's say you want to define something that can move an agent. You can define it as a car and also as a plane. A car has a medium speed and has to go through routes which avoid obstacles on the ground, but a plane flies and goes through a direct straight line to your destination with high speed. A helicopter may be a better example because planes, at least in the real world, need a specific place to land on and blah blah. But you get the idea. A key also can tell the user that I can satisfy that need as a chain interaction, like the refrigerator example before. So when the user goes to the key, if it doesn't find any other object which satisfies it, then the key can say, okay, what you should do as the behavior is to go to place X, which contains the car which owns me, and then when the user goes there, the car advertises itself, and then the agent uses the car. What else? Let's say a designer wants to add a portal to the magic forest that is like in the game. A portal is basically another smart object which can satisfy, I can move you to whatever destination you want. The difference is that it moves the agent instantly, and basically the number of slots is different too. So a portal can have multiple slots in theory. It had in Harry Potter. A port key could like transfer multiple people, if you remember. But let's say it can only move one agent at a time. The agent doesn't care that how the smart object moves. It just goes there, tries to use the smart object, and then smart object takes over, calls some methods in the agent, which moves it in whatever way the basically smart object sees fit. And also, like, the slot behavior can be different in the way that a plane can only start flying if at least half of its slots are filled. A car can do that as well. Our Unity example does this. So how agents would evaluate smart objects? As said before, a smart object usually queries the environment. An agent usually queries the environment for smart objects for filling a behavior, or maybe let's say an agent like triggers by moving nearby a smart object, and the smart object can do whatever it wants with the agent. But if the agent wants to evaluate, it can evaluate what attributes basically the smart object reduces from the agent, like how much money does it cost to fly with a plane versus with your car, basically buying gas and basically riding your car, and how much, for example, fatigue a portal costs. The agent can evaluate the different smart objects available using utility AI, which we have plugins for, or other behavior like evaluation techniques like behavior trees or state machines. Let's say if the agent is in a hurry, maybe it chooses a more costly but faster way of moving. And also maybe if they want to sneak by, or maybe if they want to not be seen on the ground because there are lots of guards which it detects using influence maps, then it uses a plane. But uh, if there are no guards around and it wants to save some money, then it can use the car. You can go to our website and basically read about our products and get them. And also I want to show you our new Unity example. As said, Unreal Engine has its own smart objects. This new Unity example has a behavior which what it does is that it basically attached it to all of these. This behavior is called Blackboard behavior. You can derive from it if you want. And what it does is that it asks you for a Blackboard key to modify, and then you tell it to, okay, when the agent uses this, just modify the speed key once and set it to 15. This other one does the same but set the speed to 2. And then this code is what triggers the usage. And if you look at it, you can see that basically when the agent enters the trigger of the smart object, then what happens is that the smart objects get used. So as you can see here, when the agent enters, if it has the character AI behavior we want, then we claim the smart object first, and then if the claim was successful and the slot was free, then we use the object. And when we are exiting the trigger, we free the slot. The agent code is pretty simple too. It just moves from the center to some random point, and then back to the center, and then to another random point and back to the center. And these walls, each of them modifies the speed by different amount. So the one at the top is pretty slow, as you can see. The left one is fast. The right one is like medium. And basically they modify the behavior of the agent, and what you can derive from this behavior and add other stuff to it. And sometimes it's fast enough that despite the fact that it goes through the wall, the speed doesn't get modified. So yeah. And if I want it to basically trigger more, what I can do is that I can increase the value of the random. This is how the Blackboard behavior works. As you can see, in basically there are 3 Blackboard changers, and if you don't know about Blackboard changers, just go to the Blackboard docs and it applies them. So it's pretty simple, and you can derive from it and implement your own claim and use and free behaviors on top of the blackboard changes. The character code is pretty simple. It's just the just basically a coroutine moves, finds a random point here, and then moves to a random point and then goes back to 0, 0, 0. The speed changes like it reads the speed key from the blackboard, and the walls have like changed that as you saw. I increase this to 10 so it goes through a bigger circle. Now it should collide with the walls more. As you can see, we just check the speed whenever we want to move and set our speed to that. And the movement components which I'm using here, uh, these are basically freely available in our framework, which is going to get released, like the free part of the framework, which is called Vice Feline Den, and also available currently in the utility AI packages. As you can see, the valves modify the speed of the agent whenever it goes through them. And we have a like more interesting example, which is an agent which basically the cube at the left is a refrigerator and the one at the right, the rectangular one, is a car. So that one went there to the refrigerator and ate. Let me restart it. One of them goes to the car and sits in it, and the other one goes to the refrigerator. The refrigerator becomes blue when being used, and then when it eats the food, it goes to the car as well. The car starts moving, and it brings them to a destination, and then relinquishes the control of the camera and the agents after arrival. But I do not have any other code at the moment there. The code for those is pretty simple and is here as well. You can check them yourself or watch our previous video regarding smart objects to know more about them. Go get the packages while they are in a very reduced price. Have fun programming, and we'll see you later.